Hi, welcome back to Joyce's Kitchen, where we will be finishing our preparation of curry tofu in a pita pocket. And we're going to check on our vegetables and see how they are coming along. Fine, they're all done. All right. Okay, now that we have that done, we are going to go back over here and make our roux. Alrighty, so we got to get this pan just a little warm, and to it we're going to add our flour. I just want to put this over there. As soon as our margarine gets a little hot there, meanwhile, I'm going to just kind of stir our veggies over. I love the combination of the colors. The green for the cabbage, and the mushrooms are nice and brown. Then we have the carrots, which are pretty and orange. Everything just harmoniously comes together to make it a very colorful and bountiful dish. All right, now what we want to do is to add to our roux like 4 tablespoons of whole wheat flour. And I'm just going to pretty much judge this here. And we're going to stir it all in together. And we're going to just allow it to brown for just like a couple of moments. Just like this. I think we can turn our fire up just a little. And we're going to let this go just like this. I think that's thick enough. Actually, we could just add a wee bit more. I'm going to need just let this brown a little. And to this we're going to add like a teaspoon each, or a couple of teaspoons. If you feel as though you may like a little more curry flavor to give it a little more of a kick, then you can add just a little bit more spice to it. So first we're going to add like about 2 teaspoons of salt, sea salt, and stir that in there. Then we're going to add like 2 teaspoons of curry powder. As I have told you, you might want to just make it fit your palate. If you would like to have more curry powder, you can do so. I am going to just pretty much judge it. Oops, it's not coming out good enough that way for me. So I'm going to use, oops, I happen to like my curry a little stronger. And I'm going to stir it around in here. And it won't take long to let that brown. Like that. Just for a moment. Meanwhile, while that's all happening, we are going to need us a nice big spoon, because what's going to come next is we are going to need to add some water, which I have here like 2 cups of water. And we're going to add this into our flour mixture in just a moment. And I like that color and aroma that the curry powder adds to the meal. Not to mention that flavor. And it's going to go quite well with the Mid-Eastern pita breads. We're going to add this mixture too. It's going to be a very bountiful sandwich that you can have like for dinner or lunch. And it's very inexpensive to prepare. Alrighty. We are going to now add our water. And you want to kind of add it slowly. And we want to turn it into like a thick sauce. That's the whole idea, making this into a roux. And just stir out the lumps and the bumps in the sauce. Make it nice and smooth. Boy, I love that aroma. And of course, if you feel, like I said earlier, if you need to make like some more, like if you need your sauce to be a little bit more spicy for you, feel free to add a little bit more of spices. Now, you see how that all turned out nice and smooth? We want to make sure we get the bumps out. Well, it's just a little bit, slightly a little bit more bumpy, but for the most part, it's coming along. Now we're going to leave that alone and let that cook for just a moment, and it will thicken as it cooks. See here, you see how the vegetables all steam down? You actually fry these vegetables, but you don't need an awful lot of oil to get them to get to this consistency. Okay, now what we need to do now is check on our sauce again. See how it's coming along. I think I got a little bit of mushroom in it. Yes, it's now thickening up. Yay! How about that? And you don't want the heat too high when you're preparing this sauce, because you don't want it to scorch or anything. You'll find that it'll thicken up quite nicely on its own if you're keeping it at like a moderate temperature, and just check on it very frequently, consistently stirring it. See, it's getting thicker. Now, I have reserved for myself a little bit more of the water in case I should need to add a little bit more once it thickens up. Well, I need to add it anyway, but I want to allow it to thicken up somewhat on its own. Yes, there we are. And now, what I'm going to do anyway, I'm going to pour in the rest of my water. And I am going to stir this around. This is just a wonderful recipe to just, it's quick and it's versatile. There you are. Now we want to let that thicken up just a wee bit, because to our roux we are going to add our tofu in, and we just want to let that cook just a little bit more so it gets just a little thick, not much, because keep in mind it's going to continue to get thicker as it goes on, the cooking time goes on. So you want to get it to just the mid consistency. That. It's getting there. It needs about another moment though to completely get to the thickness that would be comfortable for it, for us to add our tofu. And let's see what's happening. Yes, it's coming. I like that nice kind of like mustard color of the sauce. It's going to be have a very appealing appearance once it gets a little thicker. And our veggies are nice and done. And when you do prepare your tofu, get it prepared, you want to squeeze out the water. It will be packed in a container with water, so you want to take off the water and you want to squeeze it out, and then you can mash it down. Now let's see what's happening with our sauce again. Yes, nice and thick. All right, while we are waiting for that to completely get as thick as we want it to be, we're going to pause for a brief intermission, and please come right back so I can finish off showing you how to prepare curry tofu in a pita pocket. Thank you.